Hi, Aquarius. Welcome into your reading, guys. Okay. Let's go into the third week of September. All right, so this is definitely post-eclipse season. Let's see what's going on here for you guys. Let's see if any choices or decisions that you made from the week prior are now moving forward. And if that's the case, you're going to see a lot of minor arcana, your day-to-day stuff. So let's see what kind of transitions and changes you guys have made. What is the situation for my Aquarius third week of September, please? Oh shit, guys, this is not what I wanted to see. So you did make a decision and you based it on your worth and your value. A lot of you probably walked away from something and it was heartbreaking. Gut wrenching, but you know, a lot of you could have been like, yeah, there was stability here with this person, but you know what, it doesn't seem like it's of equal value. So something here is breaking your heart. Either this person is leaving or you are, right? Because cards are energies. We haven't clarified this yet. We'll get the details when we do clarify. But let me show you what I'm looking at. See the Empress? Let me tell you something about the Empress. It gets lonely at the top. The only other energy that matches the Empress is the Emperor. You can have a king and a queen try to elevate to this level, but usually you don't, because the Empress wants to bring things into this world by bringing in a business, a company, a family, literally children, whether you want to be pregnant or not, right? But something is heartbreaking. Now, others of you, if this is literal, this has something to do with a pregnancy gone wrong for some of you. Others of you, it's in regards to love. I do see this King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Taurus is very prominent here. Capricorn and Virgo also, but because of the Hierophant, that's why I'm saying Taurus. This could have been somebody you're married to or committed to. Very earthy, very grounded, has their shit together type of individual. Now, I did say, like, I should be seeing mostly minor arcanas. Off the bat, I see a major. But the Empress is different to me. It hits different because it's more of practical value. It's you saying to yourself, well, I know what I'm worth. I know what, I can do. So there's that. And it'll be interesting for me to clarify and see what's hurting you so much. Now, if this isn't you, then it's them. But this is the common theme. Now, what's coming into Aquarius, please? Six of Pentacles. A lot of you, it could be that you are receiving breadcrumbs or you're doing it. Why do people breadcrumb? People breadcrumb because they want to keep you around until they figure their shit out. But you're never going to fall in love with that. I mean, maybe you're in love and they're breadcrumbing you, but you're going to realize your worth and your value and be like, I don't do pretzels. I don't do bagels. I do a whole fucking bakery. So you could take your breadcrumbs and go. That. Someone's begging for attention. Now, let me flip it. If you're breadcrumbing somebody, it's because you're trying to solve some kind of issue in your life, right? But someone's begging you for attention. Some of you, it could be quite literal and they're asking you for money. I see another king at the bottom of the deck. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It does not have to be, and Pisces strong with the moon card behind it. But this is somebody emotionally mature, somebody emotionally available to you. There are some secrets. There are some things going on behind the scenes. Some of you could be carrying on with an affair, whether it's you or them. But we'll see what's going on. What is it that Aquarius doesn't see coming their way? The Devil in healing. Aquarius, what is it they don't see coming their way, please? Well, the thing that's heartbreaking, first of all, I can see for some of you, is you feel left out in the cold. You feel like odd man out. Others of you, if it's literal, it means a financial pinch, crunch, whether it's a job loss or a source of income, it's gone, right? But in regards to love, it talks about being left out there, misunderstood, not understood at all, giving your all and fighting for a relationship or a situation and then being rejected and feeling like shit about it. Like you're not part of that group. You're no longer part of that team. That's the essence of the Five of Pentacles. When I say you feel left out in the cold, it feels like there's a group of people and you're on the out. So it's like when you break up with somebody, they were some big happy family, and now you're the one in the doghouse and they're all there partying and having a good time. That is being left out in the cold. It can be the same thing with work. Now, it aligns and makes sense with what you don't see coming is because you have this Virgo energy, the Hermit, and the Four of Wands. You're trying to lie low. You're retracting your energies, Aquarius, and you're saying to yourselves, you know what? Maybe no more social media. Let me not talk to this group. Let me not talk to my person. Let me not talk to anybody. Let me just keep to myself because I really need to figure out what is the wise choice for me here in order for me to build my future, to build my foundation. So this is in regards to your home, whether you're ending one or building a new one with someone else. But this is what you're doing. All right. And it's all at the back of your mind. So this is going to be very fascinating for me to clarify and see what's going on. Because here you are. Maybe there's a foundation or a home that's breaking apart for you and you feel left out in the cold. But let's see. I wasn't expecting to see this major arcana, but maybe, you have made some choices or your person has made some choices, Aquarius, and now it's left you in this position where you've got to, move forward from it and make some big choices. All right, let's continue. What's the advice here for Aquarius? A lot of you, this is so interesting to me, but this keeps sticking out in my mind as the common thread here. You have the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, all right? And I'm going to put it in perspective because this is a general reading, perspective, work, career, and love and relationships. Not everybody here is for love. But the other thing is, if you're going to stay for the extended reading, that's all about love. That's all about your person. What they're going to do, how they feel, the actions they're going to take, their intentions. We go into that streamline of questioning. But everybody else, I just want you to know, especially if you're new to my channel, we go into you because we like to use tarot as a tool to help you along, to understand what you're going through, what you're processing, and use tarot as that tool to help get you through your issue. Now, with the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles in your advice position, yeah, you might be a little bit confused and conflicted into thinking what is the best path forward in regards to a marriage, a commitment, a job, a career. Because Ten of Pentacles in work and career represents a lot of money in your home. And you're trying to solve or figure out which is the best cup for you. Which is the best option. So if you're getting options like, hey, we can put you in this segment and you can take this course of action and go down this path, or we can promote you into doing what you've always been doing and that, but you're capped. So for you, it could be like, what's my best path forward? Do I start over? Do I get a new job that's going to make me more money, but I have to move across the country? Whatever. Your advice is you really need to do that right now. You need to pause and reflect because you are doing that anyway in Virgo state because you retracted your energy. It's saying while you're there, why don't you think about all your options, Aquarius, and see what is the right fit for you? Sometimes our right fit changes after a decade. You're an evolving creature. One of the most evolving creatures in the whole entire zodiac wheel. All right. And your partner, your person, your job will be outdated for you. And that's okay because you're fucking human. And it's human nature to evolve and change. Darwinism. But besides that, that's what it's telling you to do. Now let's put in context to love and marriage. Maybe some of you, your partner wants out. Maybe you want out. It's telling you, is this the right thing for you? Is there somebody else outside your marriage that you've been carrying on with, Aquarius? Would they be the right fit? Right? And all of this is definitely happening to you because not just because of the eclipse, because the eclipse also has shadow effects before and after, which was, I think, the 8th, right around the 8th. We're a week after that. I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. And the Fool behind. Wow. 3 major arcanas. 4. Let me show you what's going on at the back of the deck because I think it's significant and pivotal, Aquarius. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune talks about 3 fates working on your behalf to bring you that change. All right, the stars and the planets are aligning, or they're forcing the stars and the planets to align in a way where conflict happens in your world, forcing you to see something that's been begging for change for a very long time in a relationship or a job. So all of this is happening so your life, your universe, your personal world, Aquarius, does not get stuck. So trust this is all a blessing, this shitty shit, okay? And behind that is another Aries card, the Fool, saying you're going to take a leap of faith and a risk without having something lined up. So if some of you are getting a divorce, justice, it's saying it will be fair, it will be balanced for all parties involved. You get a divorce. You don't friggin' know in 5 years this person finally goes and does their homework, cleans house, and, you know, turns into a normal human being and comes back to you and you guys remarry. You know, that's possible, right? But here is the Emperor. This is also an Aries card, but this is the one that's going to match this energy. All right. So if you're just dealing with a person that's just a king or a queen, it's not enough for you anyway. Aquarius, you know this. So funny. I was just talking about all about your sign in the Aries reading in the advice position, which was, I thought, fascinating. Because you are the 2 signs that evolve so quickly, but in just very, very different ways. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because back in your advice, it's telling you you do need to pause and reflect here, Aquarius. What's the right fit for you? Okay. Outcome of the week for Aquarius. Whereas for them, they needed to remain positive and hopeful. Very different, but still. But it was your card in their reading. I do like this. Some of you, if this is literal, this is a contract, all right, with justice at the back of the deck, because it does talk about legalities, court, whatever. Like if you're having child support issues or marriage, or even you're trying to get a divorce or marriage certificate, that's what that is, contractual. Others of you, this is having a conversation by putting all your cards on the table and beginning a brand new relationship. And relationship, I mean friendship, workship, loveship, all your ships. You're starting from a place of honesty and truth. It's a new beginning. And what you make of it is what you will. So if there's an opportunity for you to lie, that's also there, but don't do it. Because here's an opportunity to be on the straight and narrow here with someone, right? And I do see something being fair, balanced, and honest. Unless some of you are getting separated here, or, you know, somebody here wants to get married. But this is a karma correction card. All right. The reason why justice is blind is because it doesn't see anything but just, it's just blind. It only sees fair, balanced, good or bad, evil, wrong. Back in the day, they used scales to balance what was equal, what was fair. Right? In the reverse, it's unfair. It's unbalanced. So under that, I also see the 8 of Swords, you guys feeling stuck and trapped in something. Like jail. Also literal. Let's continue and see what's going on. Guys, sorry. There's like this piece of hair that was driving me crazy. Let's put that there. Yes, we ended with justice. Why is the Empress here with the Three of Swords, please? Okay, extended readings. The link is down below in the description box. I'm going to keep this out. But also, there's going to be different kind of options. I'm going to start also memberships for you guys in October. I will get into that later on. You don't need to hear about that now. Actually, let me see if there's anything else. Anything else? There's a King of Wands here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Very fiery, very attractive. But remember before I was talking about how, and you could be married to them or committed to them, and somehow you guys got stuck along the way. There is a fresh new start in love coming soon to you, though. Here's what's interesting. Remember earlier I was telling you guys about how, you know, it's lonely at the top, that you're an Empress. And then you could have a king or a queen, but they got to level up. That's where you're at. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And then you have the Three of Swords, which talks about something heartbreaking, something profound. And a lot of you, it has something to do with marriage and commitment. I don't really see a regret card. I feel like, so it might be that they're definitely hurting you. Or I mean, that's it. That's all I could say. Because the Three of Swords, it is the saddest card in the deck. And if it's literal, then maybe some of you had like surgery on your heart. I don't know. Let me see what the Six of Pentacles is. Please clarify the Six of Pentacles. Justice is here, along with Eight of Swords. This is what I was saying earlier in regards to maybe being stuck in a marriage or stuck in a commitment of some kind. Others of you, this is getting justice for something that you definitely feel trapped in. It's just repeating what I just told you. Justice is blind. Justice is, you know, karma correction. But somebody here feels breadcrumbs. Now, I don't know if you're dealing with two different situations, Aquarius, where you got one thing where you're coming out of a marriage or a commitment, and then there's like this new person trying to come in, and you're kind of like breadcrumbing them because you don't know what's going on with your marriage or whatever, so you're not giving energy over there. And again, this could also be flipped. This could be your person doing this to you, but that is it. That's what I'm seeing here, right? And because you don't know where the future lies. You know there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes, so you have some concerns. So you're moving forward with caution, trepidation, quite frankly. So let's see the Hermit and the Four of Wands. Those of you who it's not a marriage or a commitment, or it's not a career, it's like you're looking at something that is a foundation to you. So some of you, it can be where you live. It can be your location. But what I'm seeing is you are thinking about what life is like outside this commitment or marriage that you had made previously too. Some of you, it is a lover. Gemini energy. You're thinking about what to do with this house, this commitment, this engagement, this whatever, but you have a lover. Let me explain something to you guys. This is not a husband. This is not a wife. This is not a girlfriend. This is not a boyfriend. This isn't even somebody you could put on Instagram and say, oh, this is my baby. No, it's not. They're your lover. But they came to you because, you know what? Being that it's a major arcana, Archangel Michael put you two together. Season or a reason. Lesson or a blessing. It's up to you guys to decide if you're an actual couple or not. If you have an expiration date. And usually when I see a lover on the table, it means to me that somebody in their external environment doesn't make it conducive for you two to be together. So someone's married, someone's connected, someone has another boyfriend or girlfriend, somebody's just separated, somebody's energy space is somewhere else, or maybe this person just isn't what you want, but you know, they'll do for now. That's what happens with lovers, but the connection is profound. So despite all your odds, do you get together? Do you be together? Or do you become a couple? That's what that talks about. And this is you trying to think about it. Advice, please. What is the advice, please? Ace of Cups and the Five of Swords. Yeah. You do have, a lot of you do have a new love trying to come in. And you know what? It's interesting when I see aces in the advice position for me, guys, that always means it's a blessing. It's the universe is trying to change your life. The eclipse season happened. It was a total lunar eclipse, by the way. Somebody asked me in one of the comments, and I'm like, it's a total lunar eclipse. Why is it so profound? It's not like the other eclipses. The other eclipses, yeah, we eclipse jobs, relationships, blah, blah, blah. But this one is very strong in the sense of life-changing. Your whole life changes. Your mentality, the way you think, the way you dress, the way you had your schedule going on. Yes, you had this relationship. Yes, you had this commitment in this career. But everything is changing because you are massively evolving. So is everybody. It's not just you. This is a collective thing. It's just that you adapt easier than most. But, sorry guys, my nose usually gets itchy when I do tarot readings. I don't know why. It's the weirdest thing. But Five of Swords tells me you have to make a sacrifice. You have to cut something out, right? I've been using the burning house scenario where your house is burning down and you have to run into your house and get 3 things that mean the most to you. So when you erect a new house, you put those 3 things in there. That's your new life, your new house. And that's what it's telling you with the Ace of Cups. You have new love coming in. So you think for yourself, where are you best committed? Think what is your best option for you to put all your commitments in. You need to start chopping wood and taking action over here with the Eight of Wands. See, in the Wheel of Fortune, that's the universe backing you to make these changes, to move forward with your life. You keep chopping that wood, Eight of Pentacles, working so hard, you don't even realize you're collecting money. You don't realize you're collecting kudos. You don't realize you're collecting accolades. You don't realize you're collecting admirers. You keep your head down and you keep churning, right? This is what you're going to be doing anyway. So this Ace of Cups, clarifying with this Eight of Wands, you're going to have this new beginning. And it's going to be with honesty and truth. And you guys are going to go back and forth. Okay, that's what it means. It's like when you send out resumes and you get responses and you're going back and forth here with someone. You visit someone's house and they visit yours. You know, it's like you call them, they call you. It's dialogue. It's conversation. It's sharing thoughts, right? Especially because it's an Ace of Sword. And that's right up your alley anyway, because that's very much air. So let's see what's going on here in your love lives and see what's going on. And then we'll end the reading with a card from, they're usually very funny. All right, Aquarius, please. What's going on here for them? The card that kind of threw out itself is giving your relationship a chance. Let me see if there's any more cards. We deep dive on those cards with tarot, guys, in the extended reading, in case you were wondering. This is why we pull them. They're not just an oracle card, right? Worth waiting for, and give your relationship a chance. And trust. Trust for me at the bottom of the deck signifies that, again, it's like this, the Wheel of Fortune. All of this is happening for a reason. So the dial of your life moves forward, so you don't stay stagnated and you start living, because you don't want to feel like how you feel right now with the Three of Swords forever and a day. No, you want to move on, definitely, from these energies. Now, spiritual as fuck cards, they're meant to be funny. Take them with a grain of salt. Don't take them personally. Aquarius, please. Aquarius, please. Aquarius, please. That's too many. That is way too many. That's too many too, but let's see what's going on. Drink water and mind your own fucking business. What? Enough said. All right, that's easy. Prayer is dope as fuck. Seriously, spend a little time asking the universe for what you want, even if you're speaking into the void. At the very least, you'll hear even your own wish list and get a better idea of what you really do want to do. Guys, I think this card's very important because this goes right back to your advice with the Seven of Cups, right? I'm going to repeat this because I think it's really fundamental and important. Seriously, spend some time asking the universe for what you want. Even if you're speaking into the void, at the very least, you'll hear your own wish list and get a better idea of what you really do want, okay? You might even figure out what the first baby step is getting at it. At the very best, there's a strong-ass genie in the sky who'll magically grant you all your wishes. I love that. Okay, thou shalt not judge because thou hast fucked up before too. When you see yourself thinking someone's a real a-hole, take a moment and contemplate all the times you've done exactly what they're doing. Maybe it was a different flavor of assholeness, but it was still an asshole. Check yourself. People will like you more. Most importantly, you'll like yourself more too. Aww. All right, guys, that's what I have for you this week. I hope that helped. I'll see you on the next one.